Hello everyone. I'll be teaching a topic in discrete mathematical structures whose subject code is 18CS36. The topic name is combinations, which is in module 2, that is fundamental principles of counting. Myself, Dr. Madhura K, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. First, let us see the definition for combinations. Selection of R objects from a set of N objects without counting the order is called combinations of R objects, and it is usually denoted by NCR or C of N comma R, and it is given by NCR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Here, n is always greater than or equal to r. So we should have more number of objects than the selection that we are doing. So we'll be selecting a set of r objects out of n objects. So obviously, n should be greater than or equal to r. So let us see in this class problems on combinations. First question, find the number of committees of 5 that can be selected from 7 men and 5 women if the committee is to consist of at least 1 man and at least 1 woman. So we need to find the number of committees of 5 that we can make or that we can select. So there are totally in number 7 men and 5 women. And there is a restriction that we need to frame the committee with a selection that there is at least 1 man and 1 woman in the committee. And we are making the committee as a group of 5. So let's see the solution. We'll put this in the form of a table for easy way of understanding. So what does this table help us to understand? Let's see. So there are totally 7 men and 5 women. And since the committee has to consist of totally 5 in number, with the condition that there should be 1 man at least and 1 woman, so we will start with the selection of 1 man and remaining 4 will be selected as women. We need to frame a committee of totally 5 members. So sum of the men and the women should be equal to 5 in number, and each of the committee, each of the situation should consist of at least 1 man and at least 1 woman. So the very firstmost condition is choosing 1 man and 4 women. So we can choose 1 man out of 7 men in 7C1 ways. And simultaneously, out of 5 women, we can choose 4 women in 5C4 ways. So total number of selection in this case becomes 7C1 into 5C4, which leads to 35. Simultaneously, we are choosing both men and women to frame a committee of group of 5. So it is a product rule applicable here. That is the reason we are doing 7C1 into 5C4. Similarly, when we choose 2 men out of 7 and we choose 3 women out of 5 simultaneously, that can be done in 7C2 into 5C3 ways. That is 210 ways. So the committee should form with a total of 5. So when we choose 2 men and 3 women, it leads to the total 5 in the group. Similarly, the next case, we are choosing 3 men and 2 women. So 3 men and 2 women can be chosen out of 7 men and 5 women, and that can be done in 7C3 into 5C2 ways. So out of 7 men, we are choosing 3. Out of 5 women, we are choosing 2. And this leads to 350 ways. Finally, suppose we choose 4 men and 1 woman simultaneously to make a committee of 5 in a group. That can be done in 7C4 into 5C1. That is, out of 7 men, we are choosing 4, and out of 5 women, we are choosing 1. So this can be done in 175 ways. Now, each of these cases do not occur simultaneously. Either the first choice can happen, that is choosing 1 man and 4 women, or the second case can happen, that is choosing 2 men and 3 women, or 3 men, 2 women, 4 men, or 1 woman. So any one of these cases arises, not all simultaneously. So there applies the sum rule to obtain the answer. So therefore, required number of committees containing at least 1 man and at least 1 woman is the sum of all these. That is 35 plus 210 plus 350 plus 175, which leads to 770. So this was a problem in combinations by choosing the committee of 5 with a given number of men and women. Now let us see another problem on combinations. A woman has 11 close relatives and she wishes to invite 5 of them to dinner. In how many ways can she invite them in the following situations? So there are 11 close relatives for a woman and she would like to wish 5 of them to invite to her dinner. So this can be done in how she can invite in the following situations. The first situation is there is no restriction on the choice. Second is 2 particular persons will not attend separately. And thirdly, 2 particular persons will not attend together. Let's see the solution part. So the very first case is there is no restriction on the choice. So a woman having 11 close relatives, she can invite 5 of them without any restrictions. So that can be done in 11C5 ways. So there are totally 11 close relatives and she is selecting 5 of them. So there comes the combination. So 11C5 ways she can choose and she can invite for the dinner. That is nothing but 462 ways. The second condition is 2 particular persons will not attend separately. So suppose we assume that A and B are the 2 particular persons, right? Then the following cases arises. So what are the following cases that arises? Condition says that the 2 particular persons will not attend separately. So the 2 persons we have denoted them by A and B. So cases that might arise are either both will be going for the dinner or both will not be going. So will not attend separately. So if they go to the dinner, they both will go, else they both will not go. So it all comes on the inviting part. So first case is if both A and B are invited, then the number of ways of selection. Now out of the 11 close relatives, Two persons are A and B and both are invited. So both are already into the dinner out of the 5 that the women would like to invite. So remaining persons are 9 in number. Out of 11 close relatives, A and B are fixed. So remaining are 9 in number, and out of those 9, she now have to invite 3 more persons because A and B both are already invited and they both will be coming. So remaining is 3 more persons to invite. So out of 9, she is inviting 3 more. That can be done in 9C3 ways. That is 84 ways. Another case that exists is both A and B are not invited. So suppose both A and B are not invited because they both either will go to the dinner or they both will not go. That is what the second condition means. Two particular persons will not attend separately. So they don't go separately at all. Both will go or both will not go. So that's the reason if both A and B are not invited, then the number of ways of selection. So we know out of the 11 close relatives about 2 persons A and B, we know that they both are not invited. So remaining is how many? 9. So out of those 9 close relatives, now she has to invite 5 more because both A and B are not going for the dinner. So she has to now invite 5 more out of 9. So that can be done in 9C5 ways. So both A and B are not invited. So about 2 particular persons, it is very clear out of 11. So remaining is 9 members and she wants to invite to the dinner 5 of them. So that can be done in 9C5 ways. Therefore, total number of ways of selection is 84 plus 126, which is equal to 210. So it comes to the existence of some rule here. That's because either of these cases can happen. So either both A and B will be invited or both A and B will not be invited. So both simultaneously cannot happen together. Either one of these cases will happen. So that's the reason we conclude with the sum rule by summing up 84 and 126, which leads to 210. And that's the answer for the second condition of the problem. Now the third condition is 2 particular persons will not attend together. So we have already assumed the 2 persons as A and B. Now the restriction is they both will not attend together. They don't want to go together, so either one of them will go. So if A is invited, B will not be invited because they don't want to go together. Similarly, if B is invited, A is not going to attend the dinner. That is another case existing. And finally, there also exists a case that both A and B will not go at all to the dinner. Right? 2 particular persons will not attend together. So they both will not go together at all. So either A will go is one case, B will go is another case, and thirdly, both will not go is another case. Let us discuss that in detail. So since 2 particular persons should not attend together, the following cases arises. If A is invited and B is not invited, then the number of ways of selection is 9C4. So it is already confirmed about A and B that A is invited and B is not invited. So out of the 11 close relatives, about these 2 persons, it's already fixed that A is invited. So he will be going for dinner. B is not invited. Then remaining is only 9 close relatives. Out of the 9 close relatives, we'll be inviting 4 more, or we'll be selecting 4 more, because totally we are supposed to select 5 close relatives for the dinner. We are now inviting 4 here because A is already invited. So we need to invite 4 more. That's the reason we do it in 9C4 ways, which is 126. Similarly, if B is invited and A is not invited, so vice versa case, they both do not want to go together. So B is invited and A is not invited. Number of ways of selection becomes again 9C4, which is 126 ways. Again it is 9C4 because about B and A, it's already confirmed that B is going for the dinner and A is not going. So B is already selected. Remaining 4 more we have to select out of 9 close relatives. There were totally 11 close relatives, but about 2 people it's already confirmed. So remaining is 9. So 9C4 ways we can do the selection. The third case, as I already discussed, both A and B are not invited. They don't want to go together, no? So let them both be not invited. So if both of them are not invited, the number of ways of selection is 9C5 ways, which also leads to 126. So how is this 9C5? Out of 11 close relatives, about both A and B, there's a conclusion that both are not invited. So remaining is only 9 people. Since both of them are not going, we still have to invite 5 more out of those 9. So that's the reason we are doing the selection as 9C5. It is 126 ways. Now all these cases do not occur simultaneously. Either the A case can happen or the B case or the C case. So since one of these cases can happen, the sum rule takes place. So total number of ways of selection is 126 plus 126 plus 126, which is equal to 378. So this was another problem on combinations effectively being implemented in inviting for dinner problem. Moving on to the next one. Find the number of arrangements of all the letters of the word Tallahassee. How many of these arrangements have no adjacent A's? So firstly, we need to find out the number of arrangements. So there comes the permutations of all the letters of the word Tallahassee. And then we need to find out among all those arrangements, how many do not have adjacent A's. That's our subdivision of the problem to do. So very firstly, let us find out the given word has how many letters and how many split ups. That is, each individual letter, how many times it is occurring. So given word has 11 letters, T-A-L-L-A, H-A-S-S-E-E. So there are totally 11 letters in which there are 3 A's, 2 L's, 2 S, 2 E's, 1 T, and finally 1 H. So when you count up all these split up letters, it should total to 11 letters. So number of arrangements of the given letters of the word becomes 11 factorial divided by 3 factorial because there are 3 A's, 2 factorial whole cube because it is 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial for 2L, 2S and 2E, and 1 factorial whole square for 1T and 1H. So that this value leads to 8,31,600. So these are the arrangements, total arrangements of the given word Tallahassee. Now moving on to the subdivision, how many of these arrangements have no adjacent A's? So we should not have, when we arrange these letters of the word, we should not have A's to be adjacent. The given word has 3 A's. So in whatsoever the arrangement that we make, A's should not be together. So let's see how to proceed. We firstly discard all the A's and see the arrangement of the remaining letters. So we are leaving all the A's first. We discard all of them. So the remaining letters are T, L, L, H, S, S, E, E, which are 8 in number. So these 8 letters can be arranged in 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial whole cube into 1 factorial whole square, which leads to 5040 ways. So how is this? The 8 letters are existing. So numerator becomes 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial whole cube is for 2L, 2S and 2E's. We are just excluding the 3 A's. The remaining letters are there as it is, and we are trying to see the arrangement of those remaining letters T, L, L, H, S, S, E, E. Similarly, 1 factorial whole square is for 1T and 1H. Now, in each of these arrangements, there are 9 possible locations or positions for the 3 A's. Now we had 8 letters T, L, L, H, S, S, E, E. So empty positions left over are before T, after T, after L, after the another L, after H, after S, after another S, after E, and after the last E. So when you count these empty positions, there are totally 9 empty positions or the possible positions where we need to fit the 3 A's. So when we are trying to fit these A's so that they are not adjacent to each other, there are 9 empty positions for them to be filled. And these positions can be filled in 9 C3 ways. There are totally 9 empty positions between the remaining 8 letters, that is T, L, L, H, S, S, E, E. Among those 9 empty positions, we need to fit or we need to select 3 A's. So that can be done in 9 C3 ways. Now, total number of arrangements having no adjacent A's will be equal to 5040 into 9C3. So we need to arrange the remaining 8 letters. Simultaneously, we need to fit the 3 A's in between. So that can be done in 5040 into 9C3 ways, which is nothing but 4,23,360. So here, along with the permutation concept, we saw a problem based on combinations. Let us see one last problem based on the bytes. So how many bytes contain exactly 2 ones exactly 4 ones, exactly 6 ones, at least 6 ones. So we are all familiar that a byte is always a sequence of 8 bits and each bit is a 0 or 1. So there are totally 8 bits and each of the 8 bits can have zeros or ones. So the very first condition says you need to fit exactly 2 ones. So we need to fit exactly 2 ones. So there are totally 8 bits and exactly 2 ones can be chosen in 8 C2 ways. Here they are not restricting that the 2 ones has to be in this particular position only. So we can fill the 2 ones out of the 8 empty positions wherever we want. It might be at the beginning, it might be at the end, it might be together, it might be not together, etc. So out of the 8 bits, the 2 ones can be chosen in 8 C2 ways. Now, how many remaining positions are there? The remaining 6 positions are left over. And if at all I have to have exactly 2 ones, then all the remaining 6 positions should be filled by zeros only, which I'm talking about one particular choice only, right? There are totally 8 empty positions, that is 8 bits. Among those 8 bits, we have to exactly fit 2 ones. So we are making a selection. So 8 C2 ways that can be done in. Remaining are 6 positions and all those 6 positions should be filled by zeros only. And that can be done in 8 C2 into 1 power 6 ways. That is, it can be done in 28 ways. I mean to say that the number of bytes containing exactly 2 ones is equal to 8C2 into 1 power 6. It is 1 power 6 here because we are talking about one particular choice only, that is filled by zeros, and we have 6 positions to fill. So 1 into 1 into 1 multiplied 6 times becomes 1 power 6. So 8C2 into 1 power 6 is 28. So this is the number of bytes containing exactly 2 ones. Similarly, the second case, exactly 4 ones is the second condition. So among the 8 bits, exactly 4 ones can be chosen in 8 C4 ways. A byte is a sequence of 8 bits. So there are 8 empty positions, like that we can assume and understand. All those 8 positions, among those 8 positions, we need to fit exactly 4 ones. And the 4 ones can be selected in any positions among the 8. So that can be done in 8 C4 ways. Remaining are 4 more positions. Those 4 positions should be filled by zeros only, which I'm talking about one particular choice. So therefore, total number of bytes that containing exactly 4 ones is equal to 8C4 into 1 power 4. 1 power 4 because we are talking about filling the remaining positions, that is 4 positions, in one choice, that is zeros only. So 1 into 1 into 1 into 1. This leads to the answer 70. Similarly, the third case, that is fitting exactly 6 ones. So among the 8 bits, we need to fit exactly 6 ones, and that can be selected in 8 C6 ways. So out of the 8 bits, exactly 6 ones can be chosen in 8 C6 ways, and the remaining 2 positions can be filled by zeros only. That is one choice. So total number of bytes containing exactly 6 ones is 8C6 into 1 square. 2 positions are left over with only zeros. That is one choice. So 1 into 1, which leads to the answer 28. And lastly, the fourth subpart of the question, at least 6 ones. So a byte has totally 8 bits. If I have to have at least 6 ones, it can have 6 ones or 7 ones or 8 ones. So the third case, having at least 6 ones, can be chosen in the following ways. So 3 different cases arises when it comes to the word at least choosing 6. So if I have to fit 6 positions by ones and the remaining 2 positions by zeros only, this can be always done in 8C6 into 1 power 2, which is 28 ways, right? So when it comes to the case of at least 6 ones among the 8 bits, so we are first considering the case of having 6 ones. So we are filling the 6 positions by ones, which can be selected in 8C6 ways, and the remaining 2 positions are filled by zeros only. So one particular choice, 1 into 1, 2 positions, so 1 square. Similarly, when it says at least 6 ones, there can be 7 positions filled by ones. So 7 positions are filled by ones and the remaining 1 position is filled by 0 only. And that can be done in 8C7 into 1 power 1, which is 8 ways. There are 7 positions which are to be filled by ones. So out of 8 bits, you are selecting 7. And the remaining 1 position is filled by 0 only. That is one particular choice. So 1 power 1. And 8C7 into 1 power 1 leads to 8 ways. Finally, all the 8 positions are filled by ones only. A byte has 8 bits and all those 8 bits or 8 positions are filled by ones only. And that can be done in 8C8 ways, which is nothing but one way only. Now each of these cases cannot happen simultaneously. When we are dealing with the word at least 6 ones, all these cases cannot occur simultaneously. So we need to apply the sum rule to find out the total number of bytes with at least 6 ones will be 28 plus 8 plus 1, which is equal to 37. Hope these problems on combination were helpful to you all. Thank you for watching.